Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the video lecture series of Sobha Sariya Group of Institutions Seeker. I, Dr. Rajesh Kumar Gaur, welcome you to this series. And today we are going to discuss about human values. Before I begin the lecture, I just want to make you clear, you should be clear that whatever is being said here is just a proposal. You need not to assume it to be true, or you do not outrightly reject it as claiming it false. So whatever is being said is a proposal. First thing you need to keep in mind. And how to verify then this? Verify it on your own right. That means that you need to check it, verify it on the basis of your own natural acceptance. Now what is natural acceptance we are going to discuss later on, but generally you can say that something which can be acceptable by everyone easily. In Hindi it is called sahaj swikaryata. So it is like that on the basis of natural acceptance you need to accept it. Now other thing is that whatever is being discussed and the subject being taught is a process of dialogue, a dialogue that is between me and you to start with. When it is beginning, when it is initiating, it is a dialogue between me and you, but soon it will turn into a dialogue between you and your own self or within yourself. So this is the situation, and the purpose is to make you guys, make you understand and explore yourself first and look out or explore the world by looking into yourself. So before looking out, before observing the world outside, you need to observe within, and then you can come to a right conclusion for right living. And why this happening? For that, let us discuss about the state of society today. See, the state of society today, human being or individual, he has started his life as a creature, as an animal, and being developed from other creatures, but gradually it developed technology, management, science, medicines, and all other things that makes life comfortable, easier. So it has done that. Now the question is, has the society also advanced towards the desired state? That means human being wanted to live a life of peace, ease, comfort and satisfaction, right? But have you guys, or do you guys feel that have the human societies or humans living in the society reached to the desired state of a harmonious or peaceful life? Do you feel that all these innovations or this state of innovation has decreased the fear or increased the fear? That's the question we need to ponder upon, we need to think about. Now three types of fear were there since the beginning of the society, or from the very beginning there were three types of fear. First one is the fear of natural calamities, right? So first fear is the fear of natural calamities, other one is the fear of wild animals, and then the fear of inhuman behavior of human beings. Now what have we done with ourselves that we have developed so many instruments, we have developed so many things so that we can cover, we can secure ourselves from all these troubles, like what I should say, that this natural calamities or the wild animals, or the third thing, inhuman behavior of human beings. So there are several innovations to deal with the fear of natural calamities. There are several innovations like weapons to deal with the fear of wild animals. But what about the third one, the fear of inhuman behavior of human being? All right. Now the question is whether this fear, the fear of inhuman behavior of human being, is it on increase or decrease? That we need to think about. So the question is, there is increasing tensions in individuals, division in family, terrorism in society. There is increasing exploitation of nature, climate change, global warming, and all other problems being created. So at the level of individual, strifes, struggles, tensions, at the level of family, divisive, or you can say nuclear families, and then at the level of societies, when the same struggle or strife takes place between two groups, it is hooliganism or fight that takes place. And then the fight, when it reaches to a systematic level of reaction, it turns into other things. But we can see that there are problems in society like tensions with individuals, divisions in family, and terrorism in society. And then there is also that exploitation. There is a question, actually you need to explore within yourself, that are we exploiting the nature? Is climate changing, or are we facing the problem of global warming? If you feel that yes, we are facing, then there are certain reasons for that, and we need to think about the reasons, we need to think about the situations that is being created. Now the question is that from the previous situation to the present situation, we have developed to a great extent, and not only we have developed, we have also acquired education to a great extent, education that has been considered as an important tool of the development of society. Now again the question comes, are we developed? Have we got the enough capability that we can contribute towards the positive development of society? So the question is again, is education contributing positively towards the development or negatively towards it? And how can we assess that? One simple thing is that we need to ask ourselves question, that do students develop a mindset of sustainable production or right utilization? That's a question, that do you develop, being a student, what is your thinking? What do you think? Do you think that you should develop a mindset in which you know that production should be sustainable? Sustainable in terms of that it should be developed properly, it should be proper beneficial for everybody, it should be produced in such a way that it doesn't become hindrance for the other individuals or societies, in fact nature itself. And the question is that should it remain unceasing, and the most importantly, whether it will be rightly utilized, means whatever being produced, whatever need we do have, can we utilize or are we utilizing it rightly? So these are the questions basically. And the second thing is, or the students develop a mindset of what? So two questions are there. First one is that sustainable production should be there and it should be rightly utilized. And second question is that the students should develop a mindset of what? That they should keep collecting things, accumulating things, they should keep acquiring things and involve themselves in enjoying or in enjoying the fruit of the things they have collected. Means whatever indulgence or you can say hard work or labor they are required to do should be minimum. So it is a general mindset that one always needs a job that gives him maximum salary but requires very less labor. So the question is that is it a right utilization of your power or your strength you are acquiring? Is it the right utilization of the production being done? Is the production sustainable in such a way that it is bringing people to a right platform of living in a society? So these are the questions. Now, all right, let's talk about that what education should give us. But before that, we need to talk about, we need to understand that being a human being, we should have a specific, a particular code of conduct or the way of living. How can we determine that? Actually, everything in the nature, be it plants, be it trees or animals or human being or whatever it is, they have a specific definite conduct or characteristics. You can easily identify which category the tree belongs to, whether it is a mango tree or it is a banyan tree or it is a small lemon plant or it is a shrub. So you can easily, medicinal plant or a money plant or whatever, but you can easily identify a tree or a plant or a shrub or a herb. How? Just because the seed you saw the tree or the plant it gives. So the seed is the base of the conduct or the behavior or the characteristics of a plant or a tree. Similarly, so all the plants, they base on their seed, their conduct is based on their seed. About animals, the conduct is based on their breed. So that is the point, that for plant it is seed and for animals it is breed. Breed means that a cow gives birth to a calf that ultimately becomes a cow or an ox. Similarly, a buffalo or a dinosaur or a horse or whatever animal it is, they are certain in their characteristics and they give birth to similar animals and their behavior is almost same. It is sad. I hope we are agree on it. That's a question, and if you feel doubt, you can examine yourself. You can examine based on your own observation or on your own experience. But what about human beings? Actually, the conduct of human beings, does it depend on the birth? We know each other. We know two human beings. We know two individuals, but are we sure that they are same? Sometimes we say that they have different upbringing, they have different education, or in Hindi we call it sanskar. So in Indian culture it is called sanskar. So you can say that the conduct of human being depends on or is based on their education or sanskar. So for human being, education is very, very, very significant. Now the question is, okay, what is the role of education then? The role of education is to facilitate the development of the competence to live with definite human conduct. That means that there should be, I hope you guys would be agree with it, or you can check that don't you feel that we as a human being, since the seed has a specific code of conduct or a behavior, plant actually has a specific behavior or a definite behavior, an animal has a definite behavior, everything other than human being in nature has a definite behavior. But what about human being? Shouldn't it be definite in its behavior or in his behavior? For that, education can play an important role. Actually, we also need that. Don't you feel that we need to believe on every individual? We just feel that there should be a specific identification of every individual, that yes, he is the man with that kind of behavior, or since he is a human being or she is a human being, I need not to feel any kind of fear. I need not to feel any kind of disbelief or mistrust or breach of trust. I should not expect. I should be very much comfortable and easy and harmonious while dealing with him or her. So do we need that confidence and a level of ease or a harmony while dealing with a human being? Yes, I think most of you would be agree that yes, we as a human being required to have a definite human conduct. So education basically, it helps in developing this definite human conduct. And how it can be? Actually, these are two things for education. First thing is that education gives us to prioritize between two things. First, understanding what to do, and second is learning how to do. So education enables us that we should first of all be clear. The question is that we should be aware of what to do, and we should be very well expert in the ways of doing it. So how to do? Now the question is, what should be the priority? Normally it is said that we start or we develop the skills, but we don't know exactly what to do. So that is a question. Now what should be the priority? The priority should be what to do, if you agree, or I think most of you would be agree that the priority should be what to do first rather than how to do. First of all, we should be very clear about our vision that this we need to do, and then we need to go for the skill or the art or the technique of doing that thing. So that should be the priority, as most of us believe, or it has been accepted by most of the people. So but the current priority is what? How to do. And how we can say that? Because the knowingly or unknowingly we can understand the education has become skill biased. So education is skill biased, and when it is skill biased, that means it is going to tell us how to do first. So there is this thing, what to do is what? It is value, right? And how to do is skill. Now what we need to have first, values or skills? If you know that, first of all, I hope you would be agree that people requires, and as people say that they need to have values first, and then skills are also required. Why? Because ultimately at the end of the day, every family member, every parent, every father, everybody expect their sons or daughters to be well educated, and they expect that their education should reveal itself through their behavior. Then they expect them to be well competent in earning their livings also, and then they also expect them to utilize their earnings rightly for the family, for society, for themselves. So everybody wants that. So we require that, or most of the people in the family has a tendency that everybody who is well educated must have certain values, right? That means what to do. But what we have? Skill, how we emphasize. So this is that, and this is somewhere felt that on values there is very less emphasis. Well, current focus. So we are currently focused on what? Providing skills to do things, and then to prepare people for profession or for jobs. That is what? That makes us ready for tremendous achievements of science and technology. We can observe basically that due to the modern achievements of science and technology, people are being prepared with certain skills so that they can do their jobs well. But after all the earnings, after all the facilities we accumulate in life, we feel that we miss. This is often complained by parents that their kids don't understand them. Often it is also complained by the younger generation that the parents don't understand them, and this is also known as mutual disbelief or misunderstanding, and people usually call it generation gap. Earlier it used to be generation gap, but then later on it start increasing or spreading within the people of similar generation in this form of fight or political strife and even family strife and other things. So what happens basically, that there is a lacuna of mutual understanding or mutual feelings in relationship between human beings or in relationship with human beings. And similarly with nature, with the rest of the nature, what is missing? The sense of mutual enrichment. That means the things are, this is observed, that things are being taken from nature, nature is being deprived, but we, or as a human being, do not return what we acquire from nature. Ask yourself a question, that have you planted the number of trees in comparison to the quantity of woods you have used in your life? Or you can ask the question in simple way, that is the number of trees planted by you, new trees planted by you, and the number of trees being cut for making essential things or essential wooden things in your house equal? You will certainly get the answer as most of the people do, that they feel that we plant very less number of trees in comparison to the trees we cut for our own benefit. But again, self exploration is there, and this is the question you need to ask yourself. So with feelings, with individuals, with human beings, we lack mutual feelings, and with rest of the nature we lack mutual enrichment. Or you can also say that we miss mutual happiness with human beings, despite having all the physical facilities which people consider that is things, or which people consider important for the happiness in the family, which people consider for important for their comfort, their ease, their happiness, and despite having all the physical facilities which is being considered necessary for the happiness, we feel basic lacuna of happiness within individuals. Why? Because we do not know how to be in good relationship with other human beings. Is it true? Ask yourself, and then ask yourself whether you are returning to the nature what you are receiving from nature. And then confusion, we'll talk about other things also, but let's talk about confusion within the self, within the individual. Now the confusion in the self is that we have acquired all these things, but still we feel that somewhere we are lacking the happiness. Do you feel? I hope you guys would be agree with me that yes, we somewhere we feel lack of happiness, and we do not know why. There is a confusion within the self, and that's a question that shows some confusion in the self, being easily influenced by others and being busy in their programs, means language, clothes, course, jobs, etc. And what is that? That because we have considered that the physical facilities are necessary, all the physical facilities, be it a car, be it an air conditioner, be it a well furnished office, be it a well furnished house with all the facilities, whatever we have collected just because somebody may have influenced us. So we are not clear that what we actually want, and that creates a confusion that makes us influenced by others. And you can easily see the advertisements, and you can easily understand by exploring yourself that, or asking your questions to yourself, that whether the things or most of the things we purchase or we make our mind to purchase are based on the advertisements we see, or sometimes they are based on the recommendation, in fact career choices also. We'll talk a lot more about it in the coming lectures. Till then, see you. Thank you.